Hi, Michael.
Yes, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, sorry, I think I might have had you on mute. So I just had to unmute everybody. So, yeah, thank you for taking the time on short notice to, to have a call. So, I think before I just kind of jump right in, I think what would be helpful, Michael, is just to kind of get an idea of what you're looking for, what you're currently doing. Although I did see on your website the video, but just kind of an idea of what you're doing for marketing outreach now, and that'll help me sort of tailor the presentation about what we do and see if we can add value.
Okay. I currently use Outbound Engine to make posts for me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and what's the other one? Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have them do that. I've got a company in Florida. It's called Advisor Fuel. And they run my Facebook campaigns for me. They do email marketing for me. They help me with some videos. They set up my automation system for video campaigns that I use on Facebook.
Okay. Are those only on Facebook, Michael?
They are, for now anyway. I just started with that Advisor Fuel about a month ago, and I've got an 8-month contract with them. With Outbound Engine, I think my contract ends with them in middle to end of July.
Okay.
And then I just remodeled my website probably 3 to 4 months ago.
Okay.
So
yeah, it looks good. I took a look at it.
Yeah, I've tried to make it less of a company brochure and more of a lead generation site. So that's what's behind that video that's on there.
Right, you're capturing email addresses as they sign up. What kind of response have you got from that? I know it's only been running a short time, but
it has. I mean, I've got a few people that have watched it, and I got a lot of things going on right now. I'm doing a Social Security report as part of a Facebook campaign. So those are generating leads for me this month. It's supposed to generate about 20 appointments for me. And then I use another company that's called Brooks Leads. And I pay them X amount for 30 days. And they guarantee me 10 qualified appointments or leads. And Advisor Fuel does the same thing. They guarantee me 10 leads a month, but they're not nearly as qualified and scrubbed as the Brooks leads are.
Okay, gotcha. So you're doing quite a bit.
Yeah, I just started the Social Security campaign. I've already had 3 appointments with that, and we just started that this week, so that's at least had a good start anyway.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, that's helpful for me. It sounds like you're doing exactly what we sort of built Snappy Kraken to help advisors with, and that is to keep everything in one place in terms of your marketing automation, your lead generation, all of your social postings done automatically. When we deliver a campaign for you, in which, by the way, I'll run you through the platform quickly, and then I want to talk about our Seminar Freedom, which is our lead generation program that uses video, online advertising, and marketing automation.
Okay.
So let me take you through our platform first, just to kind of get an idea. So here is the login for it. So you come to our site, and by the way, you had asked the question. We are only in the financial services space. We were all former advisors at one point. I was an advisor for 13 years. and then I became a wholesaler, and now I've gotten into the fintech side of things. And Robert Sophia was an advisor, and he also ran the marketing for $1 billion RIA. So we know the space very, very well, both on the insurance and investment side. And so what you would do as an advisor, you come to our site and you would log in, Michael, and I'm going to just go ahead and do that just so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and log into a demo account. So I'm going to go to our library, which is essentially categorized on, think of us as almost like a storefront. So what would you like to do? Do you want to attract more leads? Great. So we have campaigns that will help you do that. We have various ways. We can do it through referral generation. We can do it through, maybe if you have life insurance policy review campaign. As I scroll down here, you can get the idea. We have a lot of different campaigns designed to do very specific things. So let me back out and actually talk about a way that you can engage your clients, for example. So if we use something like our Visual Insight newsletters, do you send newsletters out to your clients?
Yes.
Keep them engaged?
Okay. I do. Right. I do that basically through the email marketing.
All right. So here's what I'm trying to get at is we have everything. It sounds like you're using a couple of different companies for a couple of different things, and each of the companies that you have, we have that service as well. So it's all under one umbrella. And so we have something as simple as the newsletters that you can send out, but you'll see here, we don't just believe in just sending out a PDF or just one email. We do everything in terms of campaigns. So if I click on this, this is what you would do as an advisor, by the way. I'm taking an extra step just because I've already launched this campaign as part of a demo. But when you sign in, this is what you're brought to immediately, all right? So this is a timeline where you can start to begin to personalize. So this is, for example, the first thing that goes out is an email with a landing page, a link to a landing page, and this is what the client or prospect sees. So you can see that it's much more interactive, much more visual, it's much more engaging, and so they can click around this. It's almost like gamified. But then we sort of sneak in the financial lesson here, right? And so all of our newsletters are topical and relevant. They're not really product specific or even investment strategy specific, because we feel that people want to be engaged and almost entertained at the same time, sort of subtly talking about the investment challenges that they may have, and trying to, these are great to work with prospects just because it gives them a flavor of kind of how you work, but also to keep your existing clients engaged, right? Because that's how they become advocates for you, is to be able to be well informed, well engaged. So all of your pertinent information, I should have mentioned this from the start, when you set up your account, Michael, you're going to have all of your information in there, your logo, your office information, and that's all going to be embedded into any piece of content that leaves the platform. So down here you can see that, this would be your name, your logo, your contact information.
And there's
also a lead.
And I would just have to set up something like a template one time in order for everything to be customized. Is that right?
That's correct, Michael. You just have to set it up once in the system, and then it's automatically embedded into all the pieces of content that lead, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a campaign for referrals, or even lead generation. So down here is where you would see your logo, and then all of your disclosures that you need to put in if necessary. You can see this is also a lead capture. So if they share this with someone, that person is going to have to put in their email address and name to view the content. So we also have lead magnets going back to your social sites with this. They can just click on this, and then it'll go right to into your pages. So you'll get more views, more clicks. So that's the first thing that goes out. So it's a very visual. Sorry about that. It's a very visual newsletter. And the other thing that's really important about this is that there's an automation here. So they'll get a thank you message for viewing the content. If that's a new lead coming in, they're going to get a thank you message. Then they're going to get a promotional email, right? All of these are fully editable, so you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We've just put down some canned verbiage that we think works, but so you can leave it as is, or you can edit and personalize it. then you'll see your social posts start to stop. Now these are done automatically. You don't have to come in and say, okay, now I've got to send my Facebook post, or now I've got to do a LinkedIn post. Probably similar to what you're used to with Outbound Engine. This is going to post automatically to you. And you can see down here in the bottom right corner that after you launch this campaign, there's still going to be a series of posts reminding them and also just staying engaged with them. So this one lasts for about 3 weeks.
So
as I scroll.
So, all right. So once you started the email campaign, I mean, do you tag them in some form or fashion so that they'll see the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter post?
Yes. So
okay.
What's going to happen is when you're finished and you're ready to launch this, you're going to add your contacts to this and send it out. So they're going to automatically get all of this because when you set your account up, your Facebook and your LinkedIn and your Twitter accounts, you're going to put the URL in there. That's how we know where to automatically post.
Okay.
So they're going to get this automatically.
Okay.
And you can also disable it. If you say, "Hey, Dave, this is great, but I don't want 6 posts going out," you can come in here and on the bottom left-hand corner here, you can disable this one if you wish. Okay. So you get complete, personalization and editing ability with these campaigns. That's what separates us from some of the other competitors. That we generate our own content, so we don't aggregate and curate it from the web. But also, we give you an ability to personalize that and edit it.
Okay.
So that's one example. I won't drive into all these different examples, but we also have operational workflow. So we have a campaign that's designed to help you onboard new clients. It's a 90-day new client onboarding campaign. And what will happen is you'll get a series of emails over a 90-day period talking about expectations, how long it takes for transfers, all this sort of thing, because what you're doing is, that's a very important part of your business, is how they view your practice right from day one.
Sure.
And if you have a systemized, automated way to do that, it's going to increase your chances of them having a great journey kind of onboarding. So, so if I go back to this here, you get the idea. We have campaigns designed to do very specific things, and they're all automated, all editable, and we also have reporting built into the dashboard. So we give you a global view. After you launch a campaign, this would be a global view of how many campaigns you have running, and then you can actually drive. If I scroll down here, you can drive into individual campaigns to see how they're doing. You can also select activities if you're interested in just what's happening with email opens, and then you can also go into the client or prospect name. So we give you all that functionality built into the platform.
Okay.
So, and we keep our pricing pretty simple. There's 3 levels to it, and it all has to do with how many email sends that you use. So for up to 2,000 email sends per month, it's $59.99 a month, and then for up to 5,000, it jumps to $79. And then for 10,000 email sends, it's $99. And quite honestly, most people go for the $59 because 2,000 email sends. If you figure the average book of business is 200 to 300 clients, and you allow some for prospecting and lists and things like that, generally 2,000 is enough. And there's no difference in access to campaigns or any of the functionality of it. It merely has to do with how many email sends you use.
Okay. Now I've got. I use MailChimp, and I've got a CSV that it's approaching 2,000.
Okay.
So, I might actually, I guess you could take a look at that for me. I might actually, if I decided to do it, start with the 60 a month, but I'm pretty close to 2,000, so that would mean I'd have to bump up to the next level.
Yeah, just keep in mind, Michael, though, if you can have 2,000 contacts, but if you only send an email out to 500, let's say you broke your book out, right, and you're just half of them are prospects or half of them are lists, and you wanted to just do campaigns. It's not how many contacts you have on the system; it's how many you use per month. how many email sends.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So it's conceivable. But, you know, if you're sending it out to the full 2,000 in various campaigns, then yeah, you might want to bump up. And what I would suggest is start off with the 59, send a few campaigns. If you find yourself that you're going to use all 2,000, you can certainly just bump it up. And there's no annual contract; it's month to month,
Okay.
and you can bump up or bump down as much as you want.
Okay.
So that's our platform, and the reason I wanted to show you that is because, you know, for example, I mean, you mentioned you had MailChimp. You wouldn't necessarily need that service any longer because we have that same functionality.
Okay.
What we try to do is consolidate everything for you, and so that's what advisors really like, is they can come in here, we can provide you with content, we can provide you with various campaigns, we can provide you with all the functionality to measure and track those campaigns. And we also have what we call our Seminar Freedom, which is a lead generation. And this is what I want to show you, because I want to show you the platform first, because the platform definitely plays a part in this.
Okay.
And what it is, essentially, is we use video, we use the marketing automation, which is the platform, and then we do online advertising. Those three things combined is what makes this program powerful and effective.
Okay, well, run that by me again. You use videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We film you in our studios in Ormond Beach, Florida. We have a virtual studio there. So we put you up overnight. We'll pick you up from the airport, put you up overnight. We do the 1 day of filming. It only takes usually between 5 and 6 hours. And I'll get into that in a moment. But so there's 1 day out of production just to do the filming. But then what happens is this will run 24/7 for a full year. We're promoting it and advertising it. So let me just kind of bring you to this next screen so you can get an idea of how we do this. So again, I mentioned the video. On the left-hand side here, what you'll see is we're actually, you know, think of this as a spectrum, and these are cold leads here. These are strangers almost, and we're promoting to them. We work with you to identify the target area. So North Carolina, if it's, you know, if you go beyond that, or, you know, a certain demographic that you want, we'll build that out for you. So we're actually using social media ads, online advertising. We'll do retargeting, and all of that is in an effort to bring people. So these are impressions. These are ads that we're placing.
Okay.
Into a teaser video, which is you. We film a 60-second teaser video, and that's you talking about, you know, burning questions that they have to go to a webinar to get the answers to. So, and we have scripts for all of this, Michael. We have two packages that we use right now. One of them is for investing for high net worth investors, or retirement, I should say, for high net worth investors. So I think that would kind of fill in, you know, your area. But then we also have one for business owners and entrepreneurs.
Well, now is this included in the monthly fee, or is this going to be extra?
No. Yeah, this is a separate program altogether. So
okay.
Because we're using video, filming video, yeah, absolutely. I'll get into the pricing in a moment.
Okay.
But what happens is there's a 60-second teaser video again, which is you being filmed, talking about retirement topics. If you chose that package, giving them sort of you know, burning questions that they need to view the webinar to get the answers to. So from the teaser video, we have a landing page that's built, and they can actually register for the webinar. And then they're going to get a series of emails. So we're going to try to boost attendance of this, because let's face it, some people sign up for things, they forget about them, or they lose interest. We're going to automate the emails to them, so they're reminded all the way up until the week before, or even the day before the webinar. So that day comes, they choose, by the way, they choose the date. This is filmed, but it's going to look like it's a live event because they actually schedule it. We give them times they can schedule this. And so once they view the webinar, they're going to be brought to a landing page to set an appointment with you, okay? And from there, if for whatever reason they don't, they're going to be brought back into a prospect nurturing campaign. So they'll get emails to say, let's say they didn't attend the webinar. Say, sorry, we missed you. Here's another opportunity to view the webinar. Or here's another opportunity to join us. Or if they did view it but didn't convert, then they'll get a series of emails sort of prospecting and nurturing them along a little bit further, talking about promotion emails about your practice, things like that. So this is what I mean by the full automation to this. So if you think of this as a spectrum, these are cold strangers. We've warmed them up a little bit. Now we're boosting attendance for the webinar. They've watched the webinar, and now we're making it easy for them to set an appointment with you. So that's how it works. So let me talk a little bit about the studio. So this is our studio, like I said, in Ormond Beach, Florida, and we'll brand this with your logo, all of your information. You can choose the set design, the backdrop that you want. But I'm going to play you a little video here, a little 30-second video that shows you the quality of the production.
What?
So you get the idea. You know, we do, like I said, we take one day of your time to film this, and I can send you sample videos of advisors who have done this, so you can get a look and see what it looks like live,
Okay.
Or with real advisors. But so let's talk about the pricing and the process. So really, what you do is you would choose a package that's already pre-designed. So it's either retirement for high net worth investors or business owners. There's a pre-production phase, which is basically getting the script approved, 50 rehearsals, scripting, all of that. Then there's the day of filming, and then what we do from there is we have post-production, so editing, and then we launch it. So the package includes, it's not just the video that you get, it's the series of this ebook, this checklist that the client will get, or prospect rather. All the advertising will feature you and your and all of your pertinent information. We break this down into a slideshow for you, presentation, so you can use it at a live event if you wish. And then obviously there's a video that is yours to keep as well. So the pricing for this, for a 10-minute presentation, is $10,000. It's a one-time production cost to produce the video, as well as all the campaign elements to the packaging. And also the program or the platform itself, you get a one-year subscription to it as part of this package. And we'll also finance that for you over a 12-month period. We recognize it's not for everyone, and it's a sizable cost, but if you look at it as compared to other things that you're doing and all simultaneously, those could add up as well. But we'll finance it interest-free for 12 months. So that breaks down to be about $833 a month. And then what you do, Michael, is you just match that up with your advertising package. So we'll guarantee you 30,000 minimum impressions for $650 a month. And again, this is to the area that you targeted, right? So you tell us the geographic location, you tell us the demographic that you want. And then 60,000 impressions, obviously, is 1,200. And then 100,000 is 1,650. But to make all this make sense, I want to break this down. We launched this in November of last year, and we're seeing great success with this. And so I want to sort of break down the numbers for you a little bit, just to give you an idea. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, those are the average leads that we're generating. And when I say leads, these aren't people that are these are actually people that are converting and setting appointments with you. So they're not people that just watch the webinar. So what we're seeing in terms of click rates and conversion rates, if we use the red line, because I like dealing in averages, a little less than 1% of people are clicking on the ads. From there, once they've reached the landing page, about 6% are converting and actually registering for the webinar. And then from there, only about less than half of them are actually viewing the webinar. Even based on those numbers, we're seeing on average 7 leads per month. Now, some a lot higher depending on your geographic location, right? I mean, North Carolina, I would assume with Charlotte, I mean, it's a good area. It's a metropolitan area, so you know, we've seen advisors that are getting 20 to 25 leads per month on these. But again, I like to deal in averages just to set expectations. So that's kind of how the program has been progressing, and because of that, we have offered a 110% guarantee on this. So if you don't make your money back that you invested, that's both production cost and advertising cost, over a 12-month period, we'll refund your money 110%. All right, and so that's either an increase in AUM or, you know, commissionable sales that equal it. So, okay, you know, if you break it all down, you know, it's 10,000, and then if you did the $650 a month, you know, you're looking at about almost $18,000 for the complete program for 1 year. And again, if you don't make your money back in that 1 year period, you know, we'll refund your money 110%. So that's a lot to throw at you. Let me pause there and see if there's any questions that you have.
I don't think so. I mean, the campaign structure is very similar to what I'm doing with my VSL. On Facebook, I'm not doing anything on Google right now, but
that's where you reach a broader audience. I mean, that's the power of online advertising, right? And the retargeting that can be done. So if you've ever, you know, looked at anything on your, let's say you're looking for a new suit, and you looked at, you know, you Google that and you look for a new suit, and then when you go onto one of your Facebook accounts, lo and behold, you see an advertisement for a new suit.
Yeah.
You know, that's retargeting, right? So you get it. So that we're doing that as well, and so this is where you would have a broader reach. And I think what we've seen and what advisors have told us is that it's the power of you're elevating your brand a little bit by using a studio and using a presentation. It's more personalized. People are more likely to click on the ad and the link, and once they start to see you, and if they develop a kind of a, hey, this is someone I would probably want to do business with, you know, it's that whole you have a broad outreach, but you try to personalize it as much as you can. And I think that's what makes the program effective.
Sure. Okay.
So I can send you over some samples. I can also send you, it's a lot to kind of take in. You know, the platform is something that you can start right away. I mean, obviously, you know, you just sign up. There's also a free trial on that you can use just to even run a campaign. But remember, the platform comes with Seminar Freedom package as well.
Okay.
But I'm going to send you a link to a couple of sample videos, and so you can see what they look like, what advisors have done, and also all the, you know, what I've showed you here. This is all on our website, so I'll give you a link to our website if you wanted to kind of comb through it again at your leisure to go through it.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, great.
Now, how long?
Is there any questions?
Well, the free trial. How long does the free trial run?
It's 14 days.
Okay.
Yep. And then you just, if you like, I mean, launch a campaign, see what you know, see how it does, and you know, when you want to, if you want to, you know, join, then you're brought to a page where you can just put in your credit card, and then you're billed monthly. Like I said, it's month to month. There's no annual contract.
Okay. Yeah, I like the pricing on that. Like I said before, with Outbound Engine, I'm paying them $175 a month, I think. But when that expires in July, I'm not going to renew that, and that's basically based on what you just showed me today. So.
Okay, great. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what is the cost for the video campaign that you have running now, and with the the website widget that brings people to the video? Do you have that automated as well?
Yeah.
Is that just on Facebook? Okay.
Well, I'm actually getting ready to run that. I kind of had a snag at the end of last year where I had all of this going with another company, and I think I paid them $1,500 for their setup and maintenance, and then another $1,500 to pay for the Facebook ads. For another, for basically, it was supposed to be for 60 days, and this was back in maybe mid-October through mid-November. There was just a lot of problem getting all of that stuff together, and once we got it running, it did not produce the leads that they said it would do. So I just stopped them from doing that in mid-November because the ads on Facebook were getting so expensive at the end of the year. So we didn't exactly start on the right foot, and so I just decided to stop all of that, and I started looking at other places. That's when I found Advisor Fuel, which is the company I use as well, that is now going to do my Facebook campaigns and do my email marketing. So I don't really have any good numbers yet for the VSL. But I spent $1,500 with the other company, I guess, for them to set it up and maintain it and run it for me, and then I spent $1,500 in Facebook ads over a month's period. And they sent me a list of maybe, I don't know, 25 leads, and they didn't even have, the only thing I had was first name and the phone number. So it was,
I would say this, in evaluating your decision, whether for the platform or for the Seminar Freedom Program, one of the things that we've negotiated, the reason we can now offer the 30,000 minimum impressions for $650 a month, which also includes Facebook ads, is because we've negotiated volume with a media buying agency that has, they do over $1 million a month in digital spend. And so we're very confident in them, and since the results that we've seen, I mean, that's why you use the video, because people who take the time to watch a webinar presentation, which is only 10 minutes long, and they actually schedule an appointment, that's actually a very, very good lead, right? I mean, they've already taken the time to watch a teaser video, and I think that's why this program has become successful, is that we're not just throwing leads at you that aren't really leads. These are people that are well qualified, and they've set an appointment with you. Right. So, just keep that in mind in your evaluation. Is we know what's out there. We put this together, like I said, in November of last year. It was it took us about six months to figure out how we wanted to do this.
Right. And
we used some beta testing and all this other stuff, and so we think we finally got it down. And we launched it in November. And like I said, the numbers that I showed you are actual numbers from the campaigns. So based on that, we felt so confident in offering a guarantee. So just, if you add up everything that you're doing, and then if you look at this all in one place, I think it makes a lot of sense. But I'll let you draw that conclusion. And what I can do from this point is just answer as many questions as you have. Like I said, I'm going to send over the links to you, and just let me know if you have any further questions.
I will, and let me ask you a couple more, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I got time.
As far as the campaigns go, I know I can go in and put in certain parameters, but let's just say that I want people who have a certain income, have a certain amount of assets, like $250,000 in assets. They own their own home that's worth at least $250,000. So I can give you those parameters for you to run with the campaigns. Is that right?
You're talking about the Seminar Freedom campaign now, right?
Yeah, and ages,
correct.
and age, income, household or house ownership, assets available.
That's correct.
Okay, and then
Yeah, we'll work with you on that. And it's our best. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's in our best interest, Michael, to get this as honed in as we possibly can, because that's where you see the success, right? So,
okay.
You're assigned a project manager. Let's say you decide to do this. The first things that happen is you'll get a welcome call, and Jen. We only have one project manager for all this. It's Jen Barger. She'll call you. She'll set everything up. The first thing that we do is try to work with you in terms of what your geographic and demographic is, and so we get that done. Then we sort of give you the script that you can view and rehearse, and then there'll be a practice call, and there'll be the pre-production is, you're assigned a project manager to go from start to finish with this. But one of the key areas is, like you just mentioned, making sure that you have the right demographic, and then obviously you can also tweak that as we go along. And if we need to get a little broader, we can. Same thing with the geographic location. We could start, just in North Carolina or just in certain cities, however you want to do that, and then we can expand that as well.
Okay. And two, I guess, in Facebook you could do something like a like kind audience based on the people that I have as friends in Facebook. You can do that as well.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. The agency will do that. They'll do a likeness.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good. If you will,
Okay.
send me your email with all that info. I like what I've seen so far.
Okay, great. And then I will send that over to you, and I'll just wait back to hear from you. And if you have further questions, just feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate
Thank you for your time. Bye.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.